Is marriage a do or die affair? Is it better to remain in a toxic marriage and kill yourself or kill your spouse because of love? Since the news of Maryam Sanda being sentenced to death after the court judgment was disclosed about a week ago, these have been the questions on my mind. Most often, society makes it look as if it is a crime to leave a marriage to divorce. I'm not a fan of divorce. I love people who are in love. I love love. Let me just put it like that. But most often, the society makes people not to think about the implications of what they're doing because they want to remain together, because they want to be seen as husband and wife, because they don't want anybody to feel that they are divorced, that they've failed. Most often in Nigerian society, when you are no longer in marriage, most especially for women, they are being discriminated against, and some people will want to remain there. Even some men also want to put up with lots of things for them to remain married. The bottom line is that most people like to remain married, even when the marriage is not working. They want to still remain there because in some cultures they believe that the woman is supposed to be buried in the husband's house, like they say, "Ozunwa bonakam menata." Hi guys, you're watching Chiki series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. It's good to have you around again. And if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Kindly consider subscribing by clicking on the red subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon, that way you get notification whenever I upload a new video. So this Maria Sanders sentence has been everywhere on the internet right from the time the court gave their judgment. I think that's a week right now. So I'm sure most of you must have seen the video, and a lot of people made video as regards this. So I wouldn't like to go into the details about what transpired. I will just give you a snapshot of the story. Maria Sanders, who is the daughter of Maimuna Aliyu, the former director of Aso Saving and Loans, got married to Bilyaminu Bello, who is the son of PDP, People's Democratic former national chairman Haliru Bello. So according to the report, the couple has been married for 2 years and they are blessed with a daughter. But the unfortunate thing is that the marriage has been having its ups and downs. They've been having quarrel. However, the lady said that the whole problem started when she discovered the nude pictures of another woman in her husband's phone. She confronted the husband and also demanded for divorce before the argument that led to the stabbing of the husband using a broken shisha bottle that fell while they were struggling, while they were fighting with each other. And the worst part of it is that the baby was there sleeping. When she had the cry of the baby, she pleaded with the husband to leave her so she could attend to the baby, but unfortunately, her husband could not listen and held her down. After which she struggled to come up and then pushed the husband aside. That was when the shisha bottle fell now, and she used the broken bottle to prick his chest because she was trying to pull herself off from the man. After that, she covered the man and rushed the man to the hospital where he was confirmed dead. How sad could this be? Honestly, I'm a bit shocked that Nigeria is still using death sentence as a punishment for some crimes. Anyway, I'm not trying to support her for killing her husband, but there has been several submissions. Some people believe that it serves her right, while some people believe that it's not good to pay for a debt with another life, which I kind of agree with. I align with that. And this has made a lot of people to come up with this comment that says that if she actually loves her life, she wouldn't have taken another person's life, which means if she can take another person's life, she will be ready to pay with her life. Whatever the case may be, the people who lost in the whole situation are their children. Because I think in that 2017, when she was arrested, it was later discovered that she was pregnant for another child, and they granted her bail so that she'd be able to carry her pregnancy because I think they didn't have facility in the prison to take care of pregnant women. And now she has given birth to her baby, which means they have two children that are going to miss them. And now the woman is remanded in the prison. Is that where she's going to take care of the children? When she remain there, she will not take care of the children and she's going to face death sentence by hanging. They will lose their father, they will lose their mother, then who takes care of the children? Anyway, without going further, let me just say this. If you know you have anger management issues, you find a way to work on yourself. Because anger really is not a good thing. It's a very high emotion that can make somebody to do what you don't intend to do, and after that comes regrets. So really, one should find a way to help him or herself to overcome this anger. Sometimes when you are in argument with somebody, or even when you're talking with somebody and you sense that emotions are running high, you find a way to leave the spots. And some relationship advisors will tell you to drink some water, leave some water in your mouth so that you'll not be able to respond. And again, I don't know the reason why some people believe that marriage is do or die affair. If you're in a relationship, if you are in a toxic relationship, and you know that this relationship is not taking you to anywhere, then you find a way to leave the relationship. Then for people who are married, even if you're in 10 years marriage or 20 years of marriage, you find a way to seek for help, not necessarily a family member. You look for professional counselor, people who are trained on relationship advice on marriage issues, who will be able to look at the situation critically and advise you on what to do. There are people who are trained on these marriage issues. They'll be able to help you and guide you. But even with the counselor, some people, after going to see the counselor, they still find it difficult to cope. Then, in that case, you find a way to be separated from the person. Please don't come for me because I'm not promoting divorce. I don't like divorce personally. But the thing is that it's better to live and take care of your children than for you to die and leave them for family members to take care of. So these are the reason when you think about your children, then you find a way to safeguard your children, to be able to be there for them instead of you to die in the marriage and leaving the children to family members, which at the end of the day is the children that are going to suffer. So don't let your children be the victim in the whole situation between you and your spouse, whether man or woman, because even men suffer abuses in relationship. I've realized that people are so selfish that they want to stick their head in the marriage because they don't want to leave the marriage, they don't want to face the society, they don't want to hear what the society will say. But I will tell you that society doesn't care. I've had somebody say that you do you and society will adjust. And in all honesty, that's the true situation of things. You do you, do what is suitable for you. Because really, for how long do you want to be in a toxic relationship? Because you're pleasing your parents, you're pleasing the family members. Normally, I encourage watching out for red flags during relationships because when you look at this couple, it's a very young marriage, about 2 years. So I don't know what the problem is. Probably this problem, they must have seen red flag before they move on and consummated the marriage, or maybe they wanted to please their parents because when you look at the family pedigree, the guy's father is well placed in the society, former PDP national chairman. Then the lady's mother, she's also a societal woman, in quotes, former director to Aso Saving and Loans. So probably the marriage was wanted by the both family. But the issue is this: the two people that are in marriage are the ones who decide whether the marriage will stand or not. So if one party doesn't want to continue with the relationship or with the marriage, then the other party is expected to oblige to that. Otherwise, they're looking for trouble. Because I think in the story, the woman was demanding for divorce, or whether she mentioned to the man that she wants like a divorce, but the man never paid attention to her. So if the man had granted her that wish, I don't think this fracas or this fight would have got to this level. This fight would have been settled long ago. Everybody will go their own separate ways. Then there's another thing women normally do. I've done series of husband snatchers on this channel, whereby the women they will go and fight their husband's side chick. It's the same scenario, the same thing that happens. If you keep fighting your husband's side chick and in the process you kill the person, it's homicide, then you face the law also. So I don't expect any reasonable man or woman to put him or herself in this position. Yeah, I know it's tough, and I know some of you are saying, she's saying it as if it's that easy. I know it's not easy, but trust me, it is better to leave that toxic relationship than for you to die in it, for somebody to kill you in it. Okay, look at this lady now. She's the only one left between the two parents, and she's the one that killed the husband. So who is going to take care of the children? She's going to leave the children at the mercy of the family members because she's going to rot in jail. Only God knows if she'll be able to appeal, whether her appeal will be granted, even if they give her a life sentence. She's going to remain in jail. She's going to be remanded in jail for as long as she's alive. Except there's another means they're going to use in granting her pardon, maybe on compassionate ground or maybe on humanitarian grounds. Another salient point I will touch on here is patience. Sometimes when you have problem with your spouse, or even when you see messages on his phone, or better still pictures or nude pictures on his phone, you need to cool down to understand where those things are coming from. Some people, it might not really be the way you think they are till the man or the woman explains it for you to understand better. So that's the reason why it's not really good to jump to conclusion or to be so quick in concluding on things. You need to ask some questions, you need to understand where the person is coming from. Most often, silence is golden. You need to pause a bit. When you're asking the questions, you don't get the answer. You wait for a time. The person will surely tell you. So just cool down. You wait for the convenient time when the person is ready to give you the answer and going to answer all your questions. Then there's no need being impatient. You're living with the person in that house. So if he doesn't tell you today, he will tell you tomorrow. He doesn't tell you at night, he will tell you in the morning. So most often women are so impatient, men are so impatient, everybody is impatient that we don't wait to listen, to understand where the other person is coming from. And it can be very dangerous because once an action is carried out, you cannot reverse it, most especially when it has to do with abuse, inflicting injuries. And also, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the same day that you ask the question that you get the answer. So you need to apply a little wisdom and be a bit patient to be able to follow through, to understand where the person is coming from. Then, if it's a situation that you cannot resolve, you can involve another party. When you cannot resolve it, marriage is not do or die, then you take a walk. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. And remember to share this video with family and friends. And consider subscribing to my channel if you've not done already. And I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Bye.